Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. This is Adam Welch here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Thank you so much for taking some of your time out of your Friday mornings to join us on this webinar. It is Friday here at Iams, and that means it's Single Premium Life Friday, and we've got a great presentation put together with you where we're going to really focus in on a very competitive product from North American and their Legacy Optimizer single premium IUL product. Joining me today is April from North American, and I'm going to hand the controls over to her here momentarily to really talk us through the product and how this can fit into your business to help you, of course, boost your production and give you a new line there to increase some revenue streams. So feel we've got a great presentation put together, really excited for it. Before I hand things over to April, just want to touch on a few items beforehand. First of all, if you do have any questions, feel free to type those into your question box on your control panel and send those over. Happy to review those questions and get those answered. Also, in my introductory slides that we're going to be going through in just a moment, there are going to be a couple of poll questions, and your participation in those poll questions is always greatly appreciated. Going to be some relevant topics out there. If you'd like any additional information, responding yes to those poll questions will let us know you'd like some additional information. We can certainly get that out to you following the webinar. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get going. Just like every webinar I host here at Iams, see some familiar names and some new names on the webinar. So I want to make sure everyone is well aware of all the great rewards, services, and incentives that we have available for you to take advantage of when you do business with us here at Iams. And the first couple of those are going to be a couple of great business builders. We have here at Iams, our Refurb Producer Bonus Program and our Marketing Reimbursement Program. So starting with the Refurb Producer Bonus Program, just like you all out in the field, everybody loves to receive a referral from an existing client. It's going to be the most qualified lead you can receive out there. I don't care how much you're paying for your pre-qualified leads. A referral from an existing client is the highest compliment and the warmest lead you can receive. The same holds true for us here at Iams. So if you are out there working in the field and you know of some other folks in your network that are in the same business and not currently working with us here at Iams, we certainly want to encourage you to pass their information along and make that introduction to us. And we're going to reward you handsomely when you do. So how this program works, anytime you pass along a referral to us, and that referral gets contracted with one or more of our companies here at Iams, we're going to cut you a check right off the bat for $50, just as thank you for making that introduction. Once that referral starts writing business with us is really where the bonus can start rolling in, and you can get some serious additional cash in your pocket for doing more and nothing more than referring that producer over. So you can see in this example, just kind of rough numbers, we do pay a 20 basis point override on all business that your referral writes with us here at Iams. As long as that referral is contracted and writing business with us, we're going to pay you that bonus. So in that example, you can see on the screen here, if you were to refer over 3 producers, and each of those producers were $1 million a year producers each, and Annuity, single premium life, target life premium, combination of all their business, that's going to equate to $6,000 extra cash in your pocket, again, for doing nothing more than making that introduction from that referral to us here at Iams. So great opportunity to get some extra cash in your pocket. Please keep that program in mind. If you know of anybody out there that is in the business and not doing business with us here at Iams, we will reward you greatly for that referral. We do also have a great marketing reimbursement program here. So we want to help you with your marketing expenses and some of those expenses that you incur. And this is a great way to cost share in those expenses. So again, just rough numbers, every $100,000 in premium you write with us, be it annuity, single premium, or target life premium, we're going to set aside $100 in marketing reimbursement dollars in an account for you. And that's going to be your money to use how you see fit. As long as it's expenses related towards building your business and marketing yourself and geared towards growing your business. So for example, you do a seminar or a client appreciation event or a mail drop, send us the receipts for those expenses and we will cut you a check for up to half of those expenses based on what you have in that account. So again, a great way to cost share in those marketing expenses that you incur out there. The more you write with us, of course, the more that marketing reimbursement account is going to grow for you. Next item I'm going to visit about is our new producer bonus. This is a great bonus program rewarding those of you that are new to us here at Iams, and rewarding you for the first pieces of business you write in your first 6 months of getting contracted with us. So we have 3 different levels you can choose to cash in on: $100,000, $300,000, or $500,000 level. Once you cash in, that's the new producer bonus. It's done. So it's not like you can cash in at 100 and then cash in again at 300. Once you make the decision to cash in, that is the new producer bonus. But based on the business that you write with us in your first 6 months, we have some great rewards for you to choose from. So at that $100,000 level, and again, this is cumulative of all business you write: annuity, single premium life, and prorated for target life premium for your traditional life cases. But if you can hit that $100,000 level in your first 6 months, the most popular reward there is going to be that $750 cash bonus. So we will cut you a check. In addition to the commission that you get from the carrier, we'll cut you a check for $750 as a thank you for that business. Alternatively, you could choose a 2-year subscription to your own website. So we will create a website for you if you don't currently have one, and host that for you and pay the fee for that for 2 years. Or you can choose the latest generation iPad. If you can exceed that $100,000 level and hit 300, the rewards, of course, get a little bit better. So you can choose business building reward with that Social Security marketing program that comes along with a 3,000-piece mailing to get some additional leads and business in the door. We can boost your marketing reimbursement account with $2,000, or that $750 cash bonus goes up to a $1,500 Visa gift card. If you can exceed 300 and hit 500,000, of course, the rewards get that much better. And here we have 2 great business building rewards in the form of seminar marketing. So 2 of our elite producers, Matt Gill and Dave Pemper, consistently qualify for all of our trips, have been consistent top producers with us here at Iams for many, many years, and they've built their businesses so successfully with seminar marketing. A great testament to the fact that seminar marketing is still very effective and a very effective way to get in front of new people. So they've developed their own seminar systems, both very different, but of course both very effective. And you could choose Matt Gill's seminar system that comes along with a 5,000-piece mailing and some great seminar coaching, or Dave Pemper's system that comes along with a 4,000-piece mailing and some equally as great coaching from Dave Pemper to make sure you can deliver that seminar effectively. Alternatively, you could customize your own vacation with our Ritz-Carlton Travel Rewards package. So that's our new producer bonus, again, rewarding those of you new to us here at Iams for your business that you write with us in your first 6 months. Our back office support, and this is really where we hang our hat here at Iams. We've been in business for 32 years now, and really attribute a lot of that success to the service that we provide independent agents out there in the field. We know that your job is not an easy one. There's a lot that falls on your shoulders out there. We recognize that, and we want to help shoulder some of that responsibility and help you work more efficiently out there in the field. So we provide what we call submission to commission support. So we are aiming to be your full back office solution here at Iams, where we can assist you on the sales support side. Give us a call. Let us know about the case you're working on, the client you're working with. We can help you navigate the product universe and help you with case design and product selection, running the quotes and illustrations that you need, and getting you ready to go out and make the presentation and write that case. Once the case is written, be it life or annuity, send that back into us, and we have a full team of case management folks that will scrub the applications for you to make sure they're going to be in good order before they hit the carrier to cut down on processing time. If you write a fully underwritten life case, we will schedule the exam and lab requirements out of our office for you, and we will continually follow up with the carrier to make sure that they're pushing that case along as quickly as possible. We'll follow up on any 1035 exchanges and transfers as well. So we want to be your full back office to help push that business through with the carrier as quickly as possible so we can get it placed and get you paid as quickly as possible. So that is our submission to commission support. One of the great reasons we've been in business so long here for 32 years now. So we do also have a full creative marketing department here. So we can not only assist you on the sales support end with your insurance and annuity business, but we want to help get your name and your message out there as well. So we have developed a creative marketing department that can assist you on a number of different fronts. We have basic turnkey solutions that are professionally written pieces, brochures, flyers, things of that nature that are ready to go out. We just need to customize it with your information, and they'll be ready to hit the printer or to be emailed out. We have a number of advisors that take advantage of some of those pieces to keep on a table in their lobby or waiting room while their clients are waiting for their appointments. We have full agency solutions where we can actually assist you with brand building items, help you build a brand, get a brand message put together, get that information popped on your advertising materials, business cards, stationery, whatever the case may be. And then we can also assist on the digital marketing front as well, everything from creating a website and hosting that website for you to providing consulting on different digital marketing strategies, from email marketing and social media marketing as well. So a lot of different areas we can assist you. Please keep our creative services in mind. We are not in the creative business to make money, so I feel you're going to find our prices to be very competitive with your local advertising firm that you may have used in the past. And if you're consistently writing business with us here at Iams, a lot of these solutions can even be available at no cost. So please keep our creative team in mind. Our website, www.iamsinc.com, tremendous resource available for you. Of course, it's online. It's available 24/7. A lot of great information available once you log in. If you haven't yet gone out and logged in or registered for an account on our website, certainly encourage you to do so to get access to all this great information. If you're in a pinch, it's after hours or on a weekend, and you're heading out to an appointment, need a quick term quote, or you need an application packet, we have our term quoting engine that we use internally here at Iams for term quotes. That's available on our website. We have a forms engine on our website. We also have a pretty robust sales resource library. There is a wealth of information in that sales resource library. A lot of great pieces from different fact finders and calculators for a number of unique situations, to client-approved presentations and some different marketing ideas as well. So a lot of great information. Again, that's on our website at iamsinc.com. Certainly encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to go out there and register for an account. Our Retirement Analyzer software, this is a software program, planning software program that we have available to qualifying agents here, but really goes a long way towards illustrating to your clients the power of working with you and implementing your recommendations. It really shows the impact on their situation, the solutions that you're presenting to them. So oftentimes clients nearing retirement or already in retirement could have the harsh realization that their funds may run out while they're in retirement and will not have enough to live on to maintain the standard of living. So it really goes a long way to show that fact, and then show how the solutions you can provide can alleviate those concerns. Addresses the 6 questions that you see on the screen there, including continuing standard present of living during retirement without funding or without running out of funds. What would be the impact of an untimely death or a health emergency for long-term care needs? So pretty powerful program. If you'd like more information on what it can do for your business and how to get into the Retirement Analyzer, I certainly encourage you to give us a call and ask to speak with Marcus Solar in our Annuity Marketing Department. He is the point person for that software. He'd certainly be more than happy to visit with you in a bit more detail. Next item here is Iams Wealth Management, and this is going to bring us to our first poll question of the day. Very simply, would you be interested in learning a bit more about Iams Wealth Management? But we have launched our own registered investment advisor here, and that is Iams Wealth Management. So we have our own in-house RIA and can now assist you not only on the insurance and fixed income, fixed index annuity side, but now we can assist you and your clients with wealth management as well. So this is another business area for you to venture into, and of course any new business opportunity is going to present a new income opportunity for you as well. If you're currently working in the fee-based asset management arena, we have a tremendous transition program put in place, and we find you're going to find our platform is very competitive, both fee-wise and payout-wise as well for you, the advisor. We certainly enjoy the opportunity to visit with you about some of the advantages that we can offer you to move that book of business over. Those of you exploring possibly getting into fee-based asset management, we have a great quick start program where we can help you get prepared to take the Series 65 exam and pass that exam and get registered and on your feet right away with Iams Wealth Management and start talking about this with your clients. But there are a number of reasons to consider getting into this area of business. One is going to be increased revenue. Again, anytime you add a new product line, new service, that presents an opportunity for additional revenue. This revenue is going to be recurring revenue. It's fee-based asset management, so it's not like the commissions that you earn on your annuity and insurance sales. This is going to be recurring revenue based on the assets that you have under your management. The more those assets grow, the more you're going to make on a recurring basis, provide a bit more predictable income stream. You're also going to see an increase in your fixed and insurance business as well. Just being more of a holistic advisor to your clients, you're going to be able to assist them with more of their needs and concerns and goals. Instead of seeing some of that business roll down the street to the next advisor, you're going to be more of a, to be cliche, one-stop shop for your clients. That's going to go a long way into improving client retention and strengthening those client relationships, again, being more of a holistic advisor. So our whole goal at Iams and helping you be more efficient out there in the field really holds true at Iams Wealth Management as well. So we have our platform set up to where we are going to be your full operational back office side, and we'll take care of all the compliance and day-to-day asset management through our staff at Iams Wealth and our strategic partnerships. That way you can focus on the things that matter most to you, and that's meeting with clients and prospects, building those relationships, and gathering those assets. So if you'd like more information on Iams Wealth and how this can really transform your business, I certainly encourage you to click yes on that poll question. We'll certainly get some additional information out to you. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and close that out and keep us moving here. The next item to visit about is our Life and Annuity Academy, and this is going to bring us to our second poll question. Very simply, would you like more information about our all-expense-paid Life and Annuity Academy? We usually hold 3 or 4 of these meetings per year, and really can't say enough about these meetings. They are unlike anything out there in the industry that you may have attended in the past. We'll mention clicking yes on that poll question does not lock you in to committing to attending one of these meetings. It just lets us know that you'd be interested in learning about future dates and how we can get you out here. So these meetings are unlike anything out there in the industry that you may have attended in the past. What these meetings are not, they are not product roadshows where we bring in solely carrier reps to talk about product and why you should sell product A versus product B. This is really geared towards marketing and sales training. So while there is some product training involved, the vast majority of the meeting is focused around giving you real tools and strategies that you can take away and implement in your business to see a measurable increase in your life and annuity production. So we bring out several of our top producing advisors, including Matt Gill and Dave Pemper that I mentioned on the new producer bonus slide, to talk about some of their seminar systems and some ways that they've built their business up very successfully. We'll bring out other top advisors that do a lot of business with some unique trust products and private financing or infinite banking. Talk about some of those concepts to incorporate in your business. Of course, go over current annuity industry trends, threats to our industry, things of that nature. Talk about large life case marketing, including business insurance concepts, typically larger premium cases there. Talk about wealth transfer tools and strategies, including single premium life options out there. And also go over some different software pieces that we have available, including the Retirement Analyzer. So we throw a lot of information out at you during these 2-day training events with the hope that 1 or 2 of those items are really going to resonate with you, that you can take back and implement in your business right away to see an increase in your production. I did mention these are all expense paid meetings, and that means we take care of your flight, hotel, meals, all of that is on us. It just costs you 2 days out of your time. We know that 2 days out of your time is very expensive in and of itself, because that's 2 days that those are 2 days rather that you're not out there in the field meeting with clients and prospects and making those sales. So we want to give you a quality meeting that's going to give you some meaningful information for you to be able to implement in your business and make it worth your while to increase your production. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out that poll question. Thank you very much for those of you that responded to that. We will get some additional information out to you. The last item I want to visit about before I hand things over to April here is our 2019 Marketing Summit. Very excited about this meeting. It's going to be held August 25th through the 29th, 2019, out in Naples, Florida, at the Ritz-Carlton Resort out in Naples. Very excited about that meeting location. Should be a great time. Good education and a lot of rest and relaxation, a lot of fun to be had out there as well. So you can see the requirements to be eligible for an invitation to the marketing summit. Really 3 million total credits. Everything you write with us, I want to point out, does get you credit towards qualifying for that trip. So any annuity business, life business, single premium life, med sup, long-term care, whatever the case may be, as long as you write it through us here at Iams, you're going to get credit towards qualifying for that marketing summit. We are currently in the qualification invitational period, if you will. It started January 1 of this year and does run all the way through June 30th of 2019. So plenty of time to get qualified. Give us a call. Let us know what you're working on that we can help you out with and get in the door so we can get you well on your way to qualifying for that meeting. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass the controls over to April to talk about North American and their Legacy Optimizer single premium life product. So with that, April, they should be headed your way.
Okay, thank you, Adam. Let's get ready here, and here we go. So thank you, everyone, for taking your time out of your day, like Adam has already said, to join me. My name is April Stastny, and I am from North American Company. And our office here for sales and marketing is located in Fargo, North Dakota. So I always like to throw that out there. If you don't know anyone from Fargo or from North Dakota, now you do. Yes, we're going to talk about North American's Legacy Optimizer, and this is our single premium indexed universal life product. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, here are the disclosures that apply to the whole presentation. North American as a company, strong and stable. We have A+ ratings with AM Best, S&P, and Fitch. We are the 5th largest writer of individual life insurance in the independent channel, and that is part of our parent holding company of Salmons Financial Group. And then we're the 10th largest writer of individual life overall, again, part of Salmons Financial Group. Something that makes us different compared to everyone else out there is that we do have private ownership. So that is something that sets us apart from the competition, and something that we're very proud of. I'm going to start by asking, who do you know that fits into this category? That is 50 to 80 years old. They have sufficient retirement resources and emergency funds. So again, so they already have retirement resources. That plan is already good to go. But they have $25,000 to $200,000 of discretionary funds that are in some sort of a low interest account. And what they want to do is they want to pass on a legacy to their beneficiaries. So as I'm talking you through these next few slides, hopefully in the back of your mind, and if you have a pen and paper, you're writing down who you know that fits into this category. The opportunity that you all have is, over the next several decades, U.S. baby boomers will transfer roughly $30 trillion in assets to their Gen X and millennial children. So I'm just going to repeat that real quickly. Baby boomers will transfer roughly $30 trillion in assets to their Gen X and millennial children. The size of that market is enormous. So there's 75 million baby boomers. That's 75 million potential clients. Let's talk about the concerns of some of these clients. First, emergency funds. The frequency of occurrence here is a relative unknown, in part because each client has different ideas of what constitutes as an emergency. So this could be as basic as a new transmission for the RV, or to as traumatic as an expensive terminal illness. Another concern of these clients is long-term care. According to longtermcare.gov, once a client reaches age 65, there's nearly a 70% chance that they will need LTC services at home or at some point in their lives. And then the last concern, and we know this percentage for sure, there's a 100% chance of death, and clients are looking for an efficient, tax-advantaged way to transfer wealth to their heirs. So an effective way to transfer a legacy to their heirs. Here's the solution. There's a huge opportunity for anyone that has solutions for this market. And great news is that here's what it is. It's the Legacy Optimizer, which is the single premium product from North America. I'm going to walk you through a hypothetical asset allocation. So essentially, if you take a bulk of a client's assets, they're going to be dedicated towards retirement income, right? So that's in the purple part of this pie chart where it says retirement funds, which is the now money. And that's great. We're going to leave that alone. Now, we're going to look at their other assets. They may have assets in a variety of vehicles, and we're looking for the portion that are in legacy assets. So those are the assets which are typically in conservative, low-yielding accounts. These may be reserve or just-in-case assets, but ultimately they're intended for heirs. So we're going to talk about the client's objectives with their assets, then the solution being the Legacy Optimizer, and then just real quickly wrapping it up with the application process for this product. So the objectives, they're really simple. Hope that they will have some money at the end of their lives that they can leave to a family, but they don't want to give up access because they might need it in case of an emergency, chronic or terminal illness, or other need. Now, typically the challenges that they have for these legacy assets are often that these type of funds are in low interest rate or low yielding accounts. So they need to consider the impact of taxes and inflation, and they're typically looking for risk aversion, limiting exposure to loss while retaining access to funds if they need it. So let's think of the client's legacy assets as water filling up a legacy asset bucket. So you can see the bucket here on your screen. Now, clients often aren't getting much interest. So it could be 2% or less. So that's the money that's going into their legacy bucket each year. But not all of that interest is going to go toward filling their legacy asset bucket. Taxes are going to cause some of that to spill out, right? So tax rates, they're going to vary depending on income levels as well as state taxes. And of course, we're also talking about uncertainty of future tax rates. So let's just say that anywhere from 20 to 30% is spilling out of the bucket of our interest flow and missing the bucket entirely for accumulation. Then we have a leak in our bucket. That's inflation. So inflation is going to eat away at the real purchasing power of our legacy assets. The long-term inflation rate is over 3%. It's 3.22. So we have a relatively low flow of growth into this legacy asset bucket. We're losing some of that to taxes, and then the whole thing is subject to a loss of real purchasing power due to inflation. So now with this hypothetical, let's apply some numbers. Let's say we have $100,000 in assets, and they're in a conservative vehicle, but ultimately, again, they're intended for heirs. So because there's a focus on safety, it's earning just 1% interest for $1,000. So you can see here, if you have $100,000 plus 1% interest, we're at $101,000. Okay? Now let's assume a future combined federal and state tax rate of 25%. So $250 is lost in taxes. Now you're still at a growth, so we're still at $100,750. However, remember that last concern is inflation. So with some inflation, we've lost some significant purchasing power, and now we have less value than what we started with. So now that $100,000 is down to $97,505. So in an effort to be conservative and preserve an estate for their heirs, we've actually found a strategy that may end up with less value each year after taxes and inflation. Now, if you carry that forward 10 years, what can you expect? You can see what's happening to their legacy assets. Over 10 years, now you're at $77,679. So that's much less than that $100,000 that they initially started with. So here, the big picture for today is the simple solution. And what is that? We're going to talk about it. It's the Legacy Optimizer. So this solution involves a single premium asset transfer into a life insurance product. The life insurance product provides several advantages for the policy owner and their beneficiaries. So first, of course, is the death benefit. The single premium that you're going to take from whatever low interest bearing account the client has money sitting in, we're going to turn that into a much larger death benefit for the beneficiary. Next is the cash value growth. We want the potential for the policy to grow in value as well. So this product that I'm talking about called the Legacy Optimizer, it's an IUL, it's an Index Universal Life, so it has the potential to grow cash value. And then finally, the client will want to retain access to the funds. So we're going to do that through a variety of liquidity features. Now let's start a little bit more detail about the death benefit. And the death benefit, so we're going to leverage. So we're going to immediately leverage that single premium into a larger guaranteed death benefit. We're going to efficiently pass that into a death benefit that's tax-free to the beneficiary. And then there's that room to grow, like I just talked about, being it's an indexed universal life policy. Now, what about that cash value growth? We're using this IUL, which has opportunity for it to grow cash value. The index is going to be the S&P 500, and we have a choice of allocation models using either the S&P 500 annual point-to-point or our S&P 500 with spread. To help the cash value grow even more, we've added a premium bonus. So the premium bonus is going to be a 10% premium bonus paid over 5 years starting in year 5. So that's going to be 2% per year in years 5 through 9. So again, a 10% premium bonus paid over 5 years. Now, I also talked about liquidity feature, and an important part is these clients having access to the funds for emergencies. Now, the cash value can be accessed several ways. We have withdrawals or standard loans. We have, if you stick with this until year 5, because that's when even more benefits start kicking in. We already talked about that premium bonus, but we also have a return of premium feature. So what this does is this helps provide some long-term assurance that the client won't lose money in this product if held 5 years or longer. And then, of course, a prime consideration for many is the access to funds for terminal or chronic illness. And we can do potentially better than just accessing the cash value for these needs. We have an alternative to not just having a loan or withdrawal. This also has that accelerated death benefit endorsement on it. So let's go back, looking at a hypothetical. Let's just say we have this 70-year-old, and let's say it's my Aunt Sue. My Aunt Sue is 70, female. She has $300,000 in retirement funds. Remember, we're not going to talk about that $300,000. That's set aside. We're not going to touch that. But she has $75,000 in discretionary funds. So if you add that up, that's a total estate value of $475,000. Now, remember, we're just looking at these discretionary funds. So let's say that $175,000 of that money, you, the agent, identify $100,000 of that as legacy assets sitting in a low interest bearing taxable account. So what value can the beneficiaries expect perhaps 10 years from now? So we're looking at 10 years from now, and we're comparing a 1% taxable or 2% tax-deferred vehicle, and then we have our Legacy Optimizer. Now, of course, it's not real likely to find a vehicle with a guaranteed return for 10 years. So 10 years from now, on a guaranteed basis, we're just going to assume that my Aunt Sue still has her principal of $100,000 for her heirs. On the other hand, take a look at the Legacy Optimizer, the third one in this chart here. This would leverage that $100,000 into $165,000 of generally tax-free death benefit for the heirs. Now, that's a guaranteed death benefit. generating a generally after-tax internal rate of return of 5.1%. That's pretty impressive. Now, we also have a chart here for how good for chronic illness. And if we assume a 4-year chronic illness for years 7 through 10, we're assuming, again, just a guaranteed return of principal, it'd be $25,000 a year for 4 years. So again, looking at the Legacy Optimizer, the third one in our chart down here, that leverages the death benefit, and by accelerating the death benefit, the client can get up to $31,480 on a guaranteed basis. So now, the 4th year would be a little lower to preserve a residual death benefit amount for the client, but in total, it comes to about $123,200 of generally tax-free death benefit acceleration. Plus, you'd still have the $10,000 residual death benefit for heirs. Again, and that's just looking at what the chronic illness could pay out for the client. Let's go and look back to my Aunt Sue. What did we accomplish? Remember, here was our beginning situation with a total estate value of $475,000. Okay? Here, with the Legacy Optimizer, we've immediately leveraged the total estate by $65,000, creating a total estate value of $540,000. And we've done that while retaining access to funds, demonstrating compelling cash value growth potential, and potentially growing value accessible for any emergency, such as a chronic or terminal illness. Here is the last part that I'm going to talk about, is the simple process. The simple process. We've made this really easy for both the agent and the client. The first thing that you do is you identify prospects. Remember, I said if you have anyone in this age bracket who you're looking for clients who are 50 to 80, they have $25,000 to $200,000 of legacy assets. Likely they'd be table 4 or better. And then you're going to want to confirm the goals. So here's what they want to do. Once you've identified that client who's 50 to 80 with that money, here's what they want to do. They want to retain access to funds for an emergency. They want to have it accessible for chronic illness. They want a limited exposure of taxes. And then lastly, they want to maximize the value to their beneficiaries. So we had talked about, leaving a legacy behind to your heirs. This is how you can do that. So here it is. It's simple. We have a short application. It can be completed online with North American Company's electronic application. Then, once you've submitted the e-app, there's a quick call to an underwriter, and typically this is going to be 20 minutes or less, and that's it. That's all you need to know. By the end of that call with the underwriter, they're gonna let you know if they're medically approved or not. There's no fluids, there's no medical exams. The premium can be collected. The policy will go to issue when all the premiums come in, and that's it. So we really made it easy for the agent and the client to go through this process. At this point in the presentation, I usually ask if there's any questions, but I'm just going to give you a really brief recap. I'm April at North American. I'm talking about our Legacy Optimizer product, which is our single premium IUL policy. And if you have anyone who is 50 to 80 with money sitting in some low interest bearing account, $25,000 to $200,000, this is definitely a product that you guys should look at. And the simple process, the simple application, the no fluids really makes it a simple solution to offer these clients. Adam, that is all I have for today's listeners. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Just let me know.
Great. Well, really appreciate that, April, and certainly having a a single premium life product like that from a company like North American is a very strong value proposition out there. So certainly appreciate you taking us through that. Just did have a couple of questions. One, could you possibly just kind of recap the premium bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how that's paid out, and just make sure everybody's on the same page with that.
Yep, absolutely. So that premium bonus, if you wanted to write that down, it is 10% premium bonus. It's just that we pay it over the course of 5 years. So starting in year 5, and then 6, 7, 8, and 9, it's 2%. And that premium bonus is 2% of the premium put into the policy. So if you had a client who deposited $100,000 and you take that times 2%, that's $2,000 a year.
Perfect.
And what that's going to do, and that's going to help, it is an IUL. It's going to have the opportunity for cash value growth. So if you have more money in there and you're getting credited interest, that's just going to equal more money of the cash value. Essentially, that can then up the death benefit.
Great. And the accelerated benefit riders, those are the same riders that we already know from all of North American's permanent products, correct?
Yep, exactly.
Very good. All right. And then one last one that just popped in here, regarding the underwriting, is there, you mentioned standard through table 4, so that's the underwriting parameters. If they can fall in those first 4 tables, it'll be accepted?
Yep, good question. So, and what we can do is I can have Adam, when we're done, everyone on the call, I can have him send you, we have a dedicated site just for the Legacy Optimizer, and when you go out to that site, you can see we have 8 pre-qualifying questions. And so if you look at those pre-qualifying questions, it'll kind of give you an idea of the client that will be approved or maybe isn't the best candidate for this simple process. But it's things like, in the past 2 years, have you been declined for life insurance? If the answer is yes, you're not going to want to go ahead with the Legacy Optimizer. In the past 3 years, have you been convicted of a DUI? So there's these 8 pre-qualifying questions. And like I say, I will make sure that Adam has the link to that dedicated site specifically for North American's Legacy Optimizer, and you can take a look at all of those.
Great. Yeah, and just to kind of reiterate on that, a common objection I always hear talking to folks about single premium life, especially with the demographic we're looking at for single premium life, as April had mentioned, specifically for the Legacy Optimizer, ages 50 to 80. Just because there may be some health issues, don't walk away from a potential sale, folks. Give us a call. Myself, anybody in the life marketing team, we will be more than happy to visit with you, assist you with the field underwriting, and see if there could be a home for that, possibly with the Legacy Optimizer. So just because there may be some health impairments out there, a couple of medications perhaps, don't walk away from a potential sale. Give us a call and let us know the situation. We'll be glad to assist you on the field underwriting front. So with that, I think we're in a good spot to go ahead and wrap here. So, April, I do appreciate your time and walking us through Legacy Optimizer and the strong story that you have to tell there with that product in North American. Thank you again for all of those that attended today. Know your time's valuable, and we certainly appreciate you spending part of your Friday morning with us. So with that, I will be in touch with everybody following the webinar, see if there were any additional questions that may have come up after the fact, and see what you're working on. Hopefully some names came to mind of some folks that could be decent prospects, so I'm certainly happy to assist with quotes as well. With that, have a great rest of your Friday, folks, and a great weekend, and we will be in touch soon.